right. Thank you. And back to the other side of 45 podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I have for our series X versus Z, Life After High School, we have Kourtney, who is going to tell her story about what life is like after high school. Kourtney, I know you told me how old you were, but don't tell me how old you are. Just tell me what year you graduated high school.
I graduated high school in 2015.
There we go. 2015. 215.
Mm-hmm. Wait.
So let's dive right into the interview.
So what did you think you would do?
You're fine.
Wait, can you hear me? Because
she getting focused.
Well, no, because my Wi-Fi is going in and out, so I wanted to make sure I could hear you. Can you hear me? Oh no.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Can you hear us?
Delayed, so I'll let you know when
every time. You can now?
Yes.
Okay. We're delayed. Go.
Okay. So, what did you think you would be doing after straight after high school?
What did I think I'd be doing out of high school? Ooh, I mean, that wasn't that long ago, but kind of long ago.
Mm-mm.
Honestly, I guess I assumed that I would just be going to school, like college. But directly out of high school, I couldn't get in because I think I had like a financial aid issue or something. So I wasn't able to go directly to college. So I had to take like a year off.
Okay. But you did eventually go.
Yes. I enrolled in college in 2016. So like a year later.
Oh, okay. So were you active in high school, and when you went to college, were you more active or about the same amount of active in college?
I started becoming a lot more active towards the end of my high school year. Like I started actually participating in activities my senior year, but like all of high school, majority of high school, no, not at all. I was like way too caught up with like my friends at the time, like early high school years. I was just like not worried about anything else with my friends.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just giving you honesty.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
You weren't worried about it. You did it. So what did you do when your senior year?
My senior year? Well, I participated in a lot more clubs. I was never like, I never did sports. I liked running, but like I've never done any sports. I started getting more into actually doing theater because theater has always been my thing since I was a kid, but I actually started getting into theater and like pushing myself out of my shell because I was like really shy about it.
All these shy women.
So when you went to college, did you want to like change it up and just like be like really active in school, or was it like, you still stuck with theater, or did you go a different route?
Well, when I got to college, I was kind of still on that stupid mess. Like like I said, the beginning years, I was still I was still surrounded and like into like my social life more. But then my grades was just like, sister, you need to start paying attention. So I kind of had to get focused again. Because like I said, my first couple years, not couple years. Yeah, like early college, I would say I was just not like worried about what I was supposed to be worried about. So I was still very involved. But as time progressed, obviously, like I focused more on my grades. And I ended up graduating with a really good GPA. But yeah, the social life was all I cared about.
What's your degree in?
Dramatic arts.
Dramatic arts.
hmm I'm
Okay.
still a theater kid. Yeah. Oh, to also answer your question, yeah, no, I actually got more involved in theater and starred in plays when I got to theater. I
Oh
mean,
wow.
yeah, went to college.
Yeah. Okay. So you said that you spent like a lot of the times like socializing. So you said that you were shy. Like would you say it was hard for you to like find people to socialize with, or is that something that's easier that comes to you when it comes to like
Oh,
shyness
I'm
on
a
campus?
lot more outgoing, but like when it came to like I don't know things like sports, like I wasn't like the center of attention ever. Like I never wanted to be the center of attention. Although I mean, I guess that's contradicting because in middle school I won class clown and I almost did in high school, so that like that definitely is a contradiction. I guess it like mostly with sports I was kind of just like, yeah, no, I'm just not going to do this or like dance because there was so many after school activities, but it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't want people to watch me. But no, I was very social in high school, incredibly so.
And in
Okay.
college.
And in college, yes.
Okay. So you made a lot of your friends through like theater or
No,
just
just
different?
I made them mostly through like, uh academic classes. Um
Oh,
yeah, like honestly, I didn't start meeting my theater friends until I got to college. But like I said, I only just started like doing theater my senior year cuz the early years I didn't participate in nothing. I didn't even go to homecoming the first 3 years.
mhm. Okay. So, like, when you were in college, what did you do on your free time? So, were you like, you go always going out to parties or maybe downtown? I don't know where your college, like, what the settings were for the college, but
Gotcha.
yeah, what were you doing on your free time, basically?
I graduated college in Florida. So, my college was in, I don't know, it's if you guys ever heard of it, but it's in this little town called Ybor. So, anytime after school, I would just hang out in Ybor area. I was there a lot. I never really partied that much, like, or went to club. Like, I've never been a huge clubber. I think I tried that for like maybe a month, and I was like, nah, it's just not, it's not for me.
Nice. Yeah.
But yeah, no, like other like I would say anytime after school I would either be studying or studying lines or with I would be mostly with my theater. That's when I like I said I found my theater family
Yeah.
was so I was like always with them.
Mhm.
So when you met these theater people, I guess because you're in theater,
hmm
I know you proclaim to be shy.
I gue- I guess it's contradicting, I suppose.
Well, I had the same issue. People say that about me all the time, that I'm not. And I used to get in fights about it with people, but I've decided to let them believe whatever they need to believe. So whatever. So because y'all had this thing that was in common, which was theater, you it was easier, and because you're not a shy person,
Yeah, no.
you didn't have an issue making friends. Well, you're not. I mean, you just said that. I didn't make that up.
No, yeah, no, I was agreeing with you.
You did. I ain't say it. I did.
No,
Just
you did.
repeating it.
I was just
So
it's slightly there's contradictions, but it's weird. Okay, I can't explain the way I feel, but you were saying no. Sorry, I cut you off.
so have you, since graduating from high school and college, have you changed?
Ooh, drastically.
How so?
Ooh, that's such a good question.
Thank you. I like to have good questions on my podcast.
Well,
I can answer that
like,
question.
in what ways? Like, can you like specify like personality wise, like
Yeah, personality wise, maybe
wise?
maybe physically changed, like you just you never grew up in Georgia, and you just decided to come here on a whim. Like
I
maybe
mean,
you know, just
yeah. How did
it's
you? I
just
mean, you said you
different
changed,
ways.
and of course, most people do since high school. So, like, I mean, even while you were in high school, you changed some of the things that you did. But if you think about who you were then and who you are now, like who you are as a woman,
Yeah.
what changes? I mean, we should hopefully we all change since we left high school
Oh,
because
yeah.
life happens.
I would definitely say I changed a lot during. I mean, I would hope anybody, like especially during like high school and college. But, I definitely say so. In what areas? I mean, for one, I feel like out of once I feel like towards the end of my college year, graduating, um, I became a lot more focused and I stopped worrying and investing so much in friends. I noticed a pattern with myself. I always noticed, like, even when in high school, when I told you I was more invested in my social life, I always noticed that, like, whenever it would get, like, serious or my grades would get threatened, I would literally cut all of my friends off and be like, listen, I can't hang out this summer. I can't do this. I got to focus on my grades. And then I noticed I did that the first couple, like the first year or so in college. So I was just like, okay, I need to break that cycle altogether so I don't have to. I guess what I'm trying to say is learning how to balance your social life and learning how to focus when you need to focus. Um, what other ways? I learned how to be resilient when I got out of high school because I feel like I was put in a lot of situations that was just like, all right, you have no other choice but to either deal with this or you don't and you suffer. Um, it's, I mean,
You got you thinking. I can see the thoughts in your face. You're like, wow, I didn't think about it. But that's a good thing. You're taking
well,
stock of.
yeah. I mean, yeah, like I just feel like I could feel myself change so much from the person that I was in high school. It would be even more amazing if you like saw me or like you were friends with me back in high school, even in college to now, because I feel like I've learned so much more patience with myself. I feel like I learned to give myself a little bit more grace. Um, I even feel like I became a better listener, and I feel like I became a lot better with self-reflection because I feel like I'm a huge self-reflector. Um, ooh, sorry. I'm like getting nervous, I suppose, because I feel like you guys are really listening. My bad. Sorry.
We
Um,
are listening.
Yeah.
We are really listening.
I know, but I'm
You make you feel uncomfortable.
doing a work interview all over again.
No, you're fine. You have nothing to lose here, though.
I
Did
mean,
you enjoy college? Sound like you did because your butt was all over the place.
I mean, I did enjoy college, but I didn't. I don't know. I feel like I definitely did, but I feel I definitely 100% struggled. I was struggling in my day-to-day life a lot. And honestly, I used school as an escape, essentially. I started using school as an escape probably in high school because I was just trying to run away from my home life. And I'm pretty sure that definitely also reflected on my grades too. And I just didn't want to worry about anything but socializing and my friends and fun times because whenever I get back home, it would just be, yeah. I just feel like being a teenage girl sucked. Everything about it. It's so challenging because I feel like every day you go to war with yourself all the time, and it was just, ugh, ugh.
Oh, oh.
You live and you learn.
You do, and that's the point of it. You live and you learn. That's what the change is about. You experience new things, you learn, hopefully, and you make the necessary changes.
Yeah.
That's what life is about.
So, how did you get money when you're in school? Like, did you get jobs or did you like ask your parents, like, hey, can you send me some money or something like that?
College or high school?
College.
College.
Oh, yeah, in college I already had a job. My first job when I was 18. Don't judge me, but it was Spirit Airlines.
Why would we
Why
judge
would we
you?
judge you?
No, because every person that I have told that I worked at Spirit Airlines, which wasn't like I loved working there, but like it's they're like, "Oh, you work for that airline? I never fly Spirit."
Nah, see, when you're working at Spirit, you represent the company, but the company does not represent who you are. So,
What'd you do for
you
Spirit?
know,
I agree with you, but I did everything. I did baggage claim, I did customer service, like ticket agent. I did gate. Yeah, I did literally like everything. I love that job. But yeah, no, like people would literally try to align you with Spirit and be like, "Oh, how do you sleep at night?" Listen,
Like you called
right?
Spirit
Like you,
issue.
like it's your fault.
like, sir,
You're a
I'm
company
sorry. I just work here and I'm just trying to give you your boarding pass because you asked for it.
Because you asked for it. So do you travel?
Do I travel?
Did you travel?
I try to. When I did get those flight benefits, oh yes. Like I never traveled by plane out of the country. I've been out of the country by ship. But yeah, like I didn't travel like all the time, but that was my first time traveling and I was like, "Oh, okay, like might as well do it. I'll probably never get flight benefits ever again." But I do definitely try to travel, especially like being a young adult. Like I don't feel like I should wait till I'm like 89. Like, oh, well, it's time to go.
Really, 89? Really? You hear all these stories about 89-year-olds deciding to travel. I love that she said that.
I mean,
You know,
never too late
so
to travel
silly.
as long as you're alive.
It isn't. As long as you're on the right side of the death certificate, you can do whatever. But I'm glad you're deciding that in your youth that you are going to travel or that you like traveling. That's great. Because I eventually want to get there.
yeah, I
Even
feel
at my age.
well, I feel my mom never really liked traveling like that. She was always so like afraid, but I don't know why. I feel like it's just like the comfort thing. But my sisters were kind of the same way too. Like it was just I don't know. I feel like it definitely helps in every household to try and get a passport, but they are expensive. Like it was four of us growing up, 05, including my mom. But yeah, so but I think that is essential because I feel like it pushes you maybe a little bit more to travel.
Good. It's very good advice.
So, what's some advice you have for high schoolers? And
Oh,
then after that, what's some advice you have for college students for life?
We
um,
sent you questions.
dang,
Well, think about it this way, Kourtney.
yes.
If it were possible for you to go as you are now, knowing what you know now, and go back talk to your younger self,
Mm-hmm.
what would you say?
Ooh,
That's the advice you would give.
I wish I could be like very philosophical and be like,
No, no,
"Dream,
no reason to be philosophical.
but dream," like you know how like the word stuff like okay, but
Mm-hmm.
um, what I would tell myself, as simple as it sound and as cliche as it sound, I would definitely tell myself that like everything would be okay. Very cliche, but like I still have to remind myself that today like everything is going to work out and everything works in your favor and God always has your back no matter what and will never leave you stranded. um I don't know, I feel like things that I definitely would have done in high school, I definitely would have pushed myself more. um Oof.
What about college?
For college, I don't know. uh I mean, because there's so much still. I feel like I let myself down more in high school than I did in college. Like the beginning years of high school. Because
So
I
you
go ahead. I'm sorry.
so you learned. You learned something about yourself, and you made those changes when you were in college. There's nothing wrong with that.
For sure. Yeah, because I feel like because towards the end of my high school year, obviously I took it a lot. I started to take it even more serious because I think I remember like my counselor being like, "Listen, you gonna watch all your friends graduate. Like you can worry about your friends now, but I mean, what's gonna happen when you see them all graduate? Like they're still gonna get their diploma, and you're just sitting here invested in them. Meanwhile, they're focused on their grades. They're about to get their diploma, and you're just watching them walk across the stage,
Wow.
diploma-less. So
Wow.
I don't know, that stuck with me like glue because I'm like, dang.
It should. That's scary to tell somebody you're gonna
Yeah.
be watching everybody else graduate and you're gonna
Yeah,
be there with no diploma. Like if that don't wake you up, like for real.
yeah.
Yeah.
The man, that quote still sticks with me to this day because I feel like it can apply in like,
No, really.
yeah, like
Because you can, yeah.
like unmotivated or you just kind of become lazy and you abandon everything. You're just gonna watch all your friends, just have success in their career or in life, and then you're just watch everybody live their life and your life is just going by in front of you and you're not doing anything about it. So I was like, say less, counselor, and I got on my P's and Q's. And
It
obviously,
works. You need
It
to
worked.
contact her. It worked.
oh
That's a good,
That's-
honest motivation.
Yeah, that's like scared straight without going to prison.
Yeah.
She scared you straight.
she did. I was okay, you're right. Like, and then even though I still slacked off the beginning year of college, I got right back on track because I remember I had went on academic suspension because, like I told y'all, I was slacking and I was slacking and I was socializing. Embarrassing. I'm gonna share it with you guys anyway for the sake of whatever. We're just being honest and no judgment. But
No.
I was so dumb that like, oh my gosh, I kept failing. I think I failed English twice, and it wasn't because like I was trying and I just didn't turn in the work. And I remember my English teacher used to curse me out all the time and be like, what is this? You didn't even try. This is pathetic. He was going in on me and I was like, he's right. But yeah, like I remember I got cursed out by him. But like I constantly kept failing classes. And mind you guys, I'm paying out of pocket, not like Pell Grant or anything. This is my money that I worked while I was at Spirit and I was on a payment plan. And I still couldn't get my stuff together. So I'm investing probably almost $1,000 in classes and still not focusing. But then, I guess I went on academic suspension, and then I think I had to take another year off because I just had a lot going on at that time, clearly. But yeah, I had to get my life back on track. So then I got hired at Florida Department of Children and Families, and they helped me pay for school. So I was able to start all like over. I could only take one class, so I just started little by little by little, and then obviously my GPA was raising, and then same as high school, ended up graduating with a good GPA. But yeah, no, like it was rough. But imagine paying out of pocket and still not taking it serious. That's crazy. That's dumb.
That was her advice to her college
Yeah.
self that you thought you did not have, and yet here you are.
Yeah, that's some really good
That's
college
good.
advice.
Like you don't even realize until you start talking.
You see, this is why I had to open up. Yeah, maybe like, but yes, oh my God, if just, yeah, no, that was crazy. Like I wish wasted my funds. Like, this was not government funds. This was my hard work that I worked for, like at work, only to throw it was all thrown away. It was just wasted money that could have went anywhere else. Maybe at the time towards a car, because I didn't have a car at the time. But yeah.
Oh wow. Look at that. Look at them gems she dropped in.
Yeah.
So your friends in high school,
Sure.
did they go all to college?
Huh?
Did they go to college?
My best friend didn't. Some of them did. Oh yeah, fun fact. I lost a lot of my friends when I got out of high school, so that was fun. Those friends that I was chasing after, lost a lot of those. It was a domino effect.
Oh.
So that was great. But yeah, some of them did, some of them didn't.
And you're here. Are you from Florida?
Originally from Detroit, Michigan. I moved from Detroit when I was 11, and then I stayed in Florida ever since, and then I came over to Georgia last year.
And how are you? Are you making friends now? Or how do you make friends now that you're not in Florida? The big move.
I'm a very, as you guys know from my history, I'm a very social butterfly.
You are.
Yeah.
So
Sounds like you are, yeah.
I guess it also depends on your vibe, because I am still a Capricorn. So like, I don't know, I have a Sag rising, so I don't know, that maybe that could be it. But yeah, no, like I'm incredibly social, so I already knew I was going to find some friends here. It doesn't have to be a lot, but I was going to have a few.
You don't need a lot.
Mm-mm.
Not at all. I mean, like I told y'all, I lost a lot of those friends, so that was also a very huge learning experience too.
Okay. What's your next step?
Out of
Like now, today, whatever day this is.
well, my next step, what I've been working on is pretty much. So as you know, I am a theater kid, and honestly, that's why I moved over here was because of theater and TV and film is big over here, or growing, expanding.
It is.
I originally moved over here because I was actually gonna I was interested in going to SCAD, but then I was like, actually, I don't want to end up in debt.
SCAD is very expensive. My oldest, who just left, and her major is graphic design, and we originally looked at SCAD. And I have a friend of mine who has a child who's in his 30s, and she said they're still paying for his SCAD education, and he didn't do anything with that degree. So she was like, "Don't do it." She was like, "Don't do it."
That's why I was just like, I mean,
but they are a great school. It's a
yeah.
great school.
I heard a lot of different things about it. I looked up a lot of different reviews. Like I said, I was really interested, but then I was just like, I don't know if I want to go into debt. So instead, so I can sharpen up on my skills and still work on my craft. I've just been taking acting classes. I believe Working Actor Group is actually really close to me. They're a really good school. I've taken classes at Anthony Mandel as well. They're really good too. But yeah, so I'm kind of trying to update my resume, like my acting resume, and then I'm gonna get my headshots retaken, because I mean, I've gotten headshots like 8 times already. So I'm trying to take some new headshots. And then hopefully I'll be able to, proceed a little bit more in that field, because acting has always been my dream since I was a baby. And I don't care how famous I get, I just want to be acting. That's all I care about. Not only, but career-wise, yes.
That is awesome, and I hope that's what happens. I do. I think everybody should live their best life doing what makes them happy. Because I spent a lot of years doing stuff that did not make me happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have to do that anymore. So, if you can start out doing what makes you happy, or at a young age, have at it.
What made
Have
you get it though and be like, I'm gonna do me and do what I
My
love?
children graduated from high school. My focus were my children, and um, now that my children are adults, I feel that I have the freedom, and I don't want to say like the freedom that I didn't have it before. My focus was them, and making sure that they had their best life. I wanted to give them what I didn't have, and I did the best I could to make sure of that. And
Yeah.
also, when I was younger and when I was raising my kids, I've changed a lot since then. And I talk about it on my podcast, of the evolution of me. Back then, I didn't even know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I had no clue. It wasn't something that ever came up when I was growing up. They didn't care what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just get a job. And now that I'm older and had more exposure, I know that you can actually get jobs that you like, not
Yeah.
just a job for a check. So that old me versus the new me is what you're seeing now. The old me, this would not even have been a conversation. It was like, you got a job, yeah. You have your bills, yeah. Then that's all you need. Being happy, being liking what you do,
Mm-hmm.
never even came up. That wasn't my goal. It wasn't something that anybody told me I should strive for. So with them, with my kids, and with like the young people that I meet, I always will say that because it was never said to me. So my old self would have never thought about that. I don't know what you're doing.
That was really good.
I'm not doing anything.
That was really good, especially to the youth. I feel like there's this like still there's this mindset of like, oh, you need to slave away in your 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and I just feel like you should have everything pretty much accomplished. Well, at least how I was taught in high school. You should be pretty much accomplished at least even by like 25 into 20s. You should be married by like 28, or 20, actually 27, and then maybe have your first kid late 20s. Just all depends, and it's just that's not how I want. I feel like everybody, obviously they go out their own pace, and everybody has like a designated life on what they're supposed to do, what they're supposed to accomplish, and I just feel like everybody's life isn't like that. And
See, there you go. More advice.
yeah.
See, look at you. You didn't think you could, and then you did. See, that's what this is about. So we're gonna wrap it up. Did you have any more questions? Kourtney, thank
like
you.
that.
Speak quiet. Thank you, Kourtney. Indeed. Didn't she?
What did she say?
Oh my God. What is? Thank you, Kourtney. I will see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Have a great day.
Nice talking to
Okay.
you.
Thank you guys. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Thank you.
We're gonna try. Bye.
Bye.